Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting adventure in steampunk technology and cool crap. Maybe we can cut that crap part out. I'm Derek Stevens. I'm the Crow on the forums doing the daily drops of Crow's Nest. I hope you are enjoying them. My handler tonight is Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson. How you doing tonight, Nelson?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Happy Friday to everybody. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to jump right in. Um, there's a template that should be in BuzzNet that you've not gotten. I encourage you to get because this is a chick that we're going to work off of to make her all sexy, cool, evil looking. Does anybody here have any homework they want to show from last week before we get started? Anybody at all?
Mr. J.
Mr. J, how you doing? Let's see what you got, buddy.
I cleaned up the one we did Tuesday or whenever that was.
Nice. I like the little lightning that you got going on.
I know. I liked it too, that's why I put it in there. It's pretty exciting.
All right, so Manga Pro you used, correct, for the background?
Since it was so messed up because of like the white background, I took it into Photoshop and edited it there. It's just easier to do in Photoshop, I think.
Gotcha, because I was wanting to know, like, how'd you get a brown tone?
Yeah, that was a lot of masking more than anything else. Like I did it as fast as I could. There's some spots I missed, but it worked out pretty good.
Gotcha. Well done, nice. That was from our, it should have been last Friday night, but for those who do not know, I live on top of a huge mountain now, and I lost internet. Now I have it back, and we are ready to go full tilt. Mr. J, well done. I like it. I like the dress. I like the hair. I like the little pose and the attitude. And her shoes are pretty darn nice, too. It's well done.
Thank you.
Quite welcome, sir. Anybody else need to or want to show anything?
Mr. Sunny.
Sonny! How you doing, my French madman?
Yeah, it's me. Of course.
But of course, it's
Uh,
you.
Of course. Hey,
Dude,
it's only
look
me.
at there. It is so
The
amazing
exact
what you guys are doing with this generic templates. Rocking it out, dude.
thing, buddy. Yeah, this one is not finished on the right, as you can see. Uh, you know,
For those who do not know, but this is what we created. Except the big dude, the chick is what we created last Tuesday because we lost class last Friday. So that was a makeup class. I wish you guys could have been there. It was an exciting time. It was a small class, but we got to do some one-on-one things, so that was kind of cool. So well done. I love the textures and the chick. I love the shoes. I love the hair. I love her
thank you.
derriere. And I love the gradation, the shading you put on her gauntlet right there. So well done, man. Very well done.
Thank you very much.
Quite welcome. All right. Have time for one more volunteer or victim to show their work. I love the guy too where he's going. I like that. Keep working on that, man.
I will. I will finish it.
All right.
Doesn't look like there's anybody else who has homework.
Roger that. Then we will get started. We need to do our 5-minute warm-up sort of thingy thing. As usual, it's a 20 by 20 300 DPI um, workspace, and I am out here in nature and I've been watching lizards for the majority of the day travel up and down a brick wall. So I kind of want to do a cool looking lizard. That's what I want to do. So we're going to do it. We have 5 minutes to do a lizard, to make him cartoony, make him realistic, however you want to make your lizard. Because Mr. Nelson, do you know what I have?
What do you
I
have?
have a lizard in my backyard trying to knock down my neighbor's door. I got a lizard in my backyard. It's a Dead Milkman song. You're too young to realize or remember. I know. Hold on, let me do my blow. Let me come up to my, make sure this is, yep, that's what I thought. Grayscale heading to RGB so I can have actual blue. And you give me 5 minutes on the board and we will rock this little lizard thing out to warm up our hand-eye coordination. Hoorah!
All right.
All right, so I forgot to make an extra layer. I'll Z out of here, move this over here, I'll do a little layer. Little lay here, there we go. And I'm going to make a triangle S looking thing here. You're really gonna mess up on my computer? There we go. Bring this down here like this, so maybe he's like hugging a tree. Really? Do you see how slow my computer's operating? This is not good, Mr. Nelson.
I'm sorry.
No, that's quite alright. So we will make it work. Put his little tail through here like so. And we'll make him like maybe on a rock right here. I'm on a rock! Rock! Okay, now my computer's catching up. Alright, so that's fine here. I'll create another layer and put some detail onto it. Like this, I got my little placeholders, that's fine. I come in here and get a little bitty eyeball looking thing here. Maybe a little nose. Some teeth. Grrr, I'm a lizard. Some little whisker looking things here. Kind of messed up little neck. He's kind of fat and chubby, and there's some stripes on him. His little hand comes here, dripping with black blood because he just killed an orc. I'm an evil lizard. Look at the sores, the teeth of that thing. Good God, man. Kind of a chubby little stomach. Come back down here for the leg and his haunches. A little spike on his knee. Have a little calf muscle right through here. Give him 3 toes. Down here for the tail. Some more hair looking things right here. Some little spot looking things. And last but not least, rock. A little grass area right over here. Some more grass up through here. Turn the slayer off here. Yay, I got myself a little lizard. That's my lizard. Plenty of time left. How much time I got left, Mr. Nelson? Like a zillion hours, right?
2 minutes.
Wow. Then I will put city landscape right here. And then, no! Godzilla, run, run, help me! Godzilla! I'm probably offending like tons of people right now. Turrets up here. Really bad garden gnome who's upset there's a lizard. No, I got a big ear. I have a question mark here too. A little bit of brick and mortar through here. There we go, that's much better. The lizard is going to eat the town folk. And a garden gnome. Garden gnomes are ugly, man. Just gotta throw that out there. So I got my lizard done. How are your guys' lizards coming along? I'll tell you what, since we have a little bit more time, I'll throw for detail Make this leg over here in the background. Same with this leg. It's deep in shadows.
Alright, time's up.
Alright, we have a lizard attacking a sandcastle of some sort with little bitty people in a garden gnome and turrets to shoot them down. All in a day's work because we are silly here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on our template. Does everybody have the template downloaded and ready to go? If not, raise your hand or forever hold your peace.
Well, I posted the link in BuzzNet, so...
Okay, you guys go ahead and download the template. Not going to talk about what's going on. I know there's a couple of guys here already from the MMO art class, which we're really starting to move forward. Finally, Nelson will have some cool stuff next Wednesday. If I get the green light on the next class, it will be critical thinking and advanced concept art class where we will bring everybody in as a round table. We might go ahead and do that again tonight anyway. I think we shall. Where we will come up with like a sea monster, and we will discuss the aspects and attributes of what a sea monster is. I will doodle, you shall doodle. It will be collaborative. We must have class participation. Again, this will be an advanced class. And we will come up with the assignment the next week. We will debut what we've come up with. I will show you techniques on grabbing textures and putting them into where they need to go. And then boom, we start into the following week, maybe like a space monster or a demon of some sort, and we're going to talk about it and why we're going to do it, and a lot of it's going to be talking and discussing to have background stories and things that make sense. So again, it will be critical thinking for concept artists, and I think that will be very valuable for you. If we can get the class up and around off the ground and have some people sign up for it, it will be neato cool. So tonight we're going to talk about aspects of steampunk, sort of fantasy style. And from the get-go, the assignment's going to be pretty simple. Let me create another layer right here. I'll put this as base 01. And right now I'm going to show you like a little fur coat. It says coat in this layer. That's what I'm going to draw is my little fur coat. And I don't really need that later on because we'll just go ahead and start drawing. That's way too big, way too thick. I'm going to come up here and grab an interesting brush. We'll grab this. That's fine. And I'll come down here, shrink it down a little bit. And I want my coat. And again, I'm on my base layer because my base is 01 because pretty soon we're going to come back down here and erase our lines because we don't want them showing through their coat. I'm literally just tapping my pad like that to get that sort of fur look. We'll put some more detail into it as we go. But I want the fur coat to come down here. And we're going to show it these sleeves here. It's going to come out quite a bit over here and back down nice and thin. And then out for where the cuff is at. And follow the arm line. Like so. I'll give you guys a second to catch up. And we'll follow this arm around here. And again, I'm not messing with my width, my line weight at all. We'll bring it outside the elbow area, bring it down again, then flare it out, the cuffs at. And then I'll come down to my background layer where my base real layer is at. Hit my eraser tool. Coming through here. And erase all this area. Oop, looky right here. Let me go to my base at 0, 1 again, get my brush out, B for brush. We'll kind of make it a half jacket here. Come back down to the background area. So that's a quick baseline for what the outer part of the fur is going to look like. And from this, I'm going to grab my, I guess my eraser tool is kind of like a fade. Come down through here and maybe pick a different grayish color, a little bit lighter. I'm going to bring my opacity down to like a, we'll say 45. I'll do a test. Or you're not working. Because I have my eraser picked. I am such an idiot. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Mr. Nelson. All right. That's quite all right. Let's try this
You're
one
on
more
your eraser,
time.
by the way.
Oh, thank you. Like, why is this not working? Bring my opacity down to 3940. That's fine right through here. It's nice and big. And we're going to create this area right through here. Bring my brush size down quite a bit. Revisit this area through here. Same thing, go over on this area here. Last but not least, I'll go back to dark. Grab a different brush, a solid brush this time. Pump up my opacity to 100%, do a test stroke. I really want this super small. I'll pump it down to a 2. And then I can come in here. Now, if we wanted to really get fancy, what we may do afterwards is grab a fur texture from Google, and I'll show you guys how to manipulate it with a tool and place it over this area here. So I like that, but let's put a little more area through here and here. Not bad. We poke it back like this because we're working big. We come back to original size. It's got some cool stuff going on. So how's everybody doing so far?
Looks like they're doing good.
Okay. I'm going too fast. Please do raise your hand. That is very, very important. So let's see what I look like. Actually, I brought my coat down to here before, but I really want to show the bottom. Because I like big butts and I cannot lie. All the mother brothers can't deny. Okay, we're rid of the head. Create another layer right here. Let's see, base head 0, 1. Come down to my head layer here and we'll ghost it out a little bit more to about 41% so I can see what's going on. Come back to my base head 0, 1. And we're kind of making like a succubus looking thing with the pointed ear, and I like the pointed ears. I can't help that. That's just the way I'm made. Do a test stroke here. Bring my brush size down to a 4. And let's go ahead and work on the horns. So you can tell my base, my little placeholder I put in here, I'm actually going to round it out a little bit more like this. Bring it to a nice point, very much like a triangle. Bring my brush size down to a 2, and then start to make some subtle little divots in here like it's cracked up. I'll bring my brush size back to a 5, actually let's do a 4, and come on the opposite side here for the other horn. And what you're seeing through all here is kind of like a headgear. So I'm starting out with a small circle for a jewel. Oops, let me do that again. Out here like this, and to give depth, once I do that circle, almost like an ellipse, I'll bring my circle or my brush down to, let's say at least a 2. I'm going to come in nice and close and bring it in here like that. Then I'll split it in half. Now when I pull back, it shows a really nice grab of detail. And no pun intended because she's an evil chick, but the devil is in the details. So you really want to remember that. Just going to finish this headdress area. I'll bring my brush size back up to a 4. And it's almost like an M. I'm coming up through here like this, down, up, and down. I'm going to come over here like so. Another little horn that's placed on its crown. You can come down here like this. And then I'll bring my brush size down quite a bit. I don't want a 1. 1's next to impossible to see any detail. I'll start putting some little cracks in this area right through here. I'll zoom in for you guys to be able to see that. Maybe some jewels right through here, 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 and here. We have to finish, since we have one horn here, we have to do the other horn on this side like that. Split down the middle like so. Bring this back here into its natural position, and it looks like we got some nice looking detail through here. I'll come back to my base layer, my background layer, hit my eraser tool, and I'll go ahead and erase some of this stuff in through here like this to make it nice and clean for you. So we have the fur coat, we got our little horns, we have our little crown, and we just continue to make more and more detail. With the hair, I mean, hair again is like smoke. You can make it do anything you want. We don't have to worry about dynamics or anything. With the 2D rendering, you can make it blow all to Hades. That's kind of cool. I'm a huge fan of Witchblade, and she's got kind of the Witchblade looking hair. So let's come back up to my base head 01. Hit my B for my brush. I'm actually going to pump my brush up to a 5. And following the contour of where the head's at, I'm coming up nice, and then a sharp angle down here, like so. What we'll do first of all is we'll just do the outline of the hair. Maybe some hair up through here like this. Nice little triangle looking thing here. I'm building things in layers. I'm taking this area right through here. Nice little triangle. I'm cutting through the triangle, coming up at an angle, coming back down here like this, and here. I zoom it back here like that. So we're getting a really nice read of the hair. The line width really pops things out because we have such small line weight with the detail in the horns and the crown. We give it a nice bold line weight that covers the outline of the area. Again, it's very stylistic. That's what we're kind of doing. So with that, I want to make sure everyone's caught up and they're doing well. I need a volunteer, or at least one, so I can see what you're doing so far to see if I need to slow down. So volunteer so I can see what you got.
Looks like Mr.
Anybody.
Sunny.
All right. Mr. Sunny's never scared. And I hit OK.
Here.
Not bad.
You hear?
I can hear you. I like what you did with the horns. I like how you made them your own. I like the hair. You're not angular like mine, and that's fine. Not bad so far, dude.
Thanks. I just kind of hate my furry stuff.
Say again?
I just hate the furry stuff. My stuff actually, like it's not very beautiful. Wish it could be, I don't know, something more.
No, it's good. It's great for a first pass. And again, the things we're creating like literally in 45 minutes to 2 hours. So these aren't going to be like finished by any means. This is kind of to give you guys ideas of different techniques and just, you know, thought patterns. Because ideally what it's all going to lead down to and boil down to is, as a concept artist, you need to have critical thinking skills. But you also have to have a nice tool bag that you can set in and grab and go, oh, okay, this is kind of what I want to create. Oh, I remember doing this in class. And eventually making everything your own. So well done, sir.
Thanks.
I don't care what Mr. J says about you. You're doing great. All right. Back to my screen, Mr. Nelson.
Ready?
All right. So here we are again. My brush size at 5. I have 100% opacity on. I'm on my base head 01, and I go ahead and finish the hair out here, like so. Bring this down like this. And I have my hair, except over here. So let's zoom up here. I'm at a 5 right now. I'm going to bring it down to a 4. It will be a subtle difference. And I'll bring this down here like so. Maybe up. Put some hair behind the ear like this so it goes behind. And now I'm going to bring my brush size down to a 2 and do some finite work. Before I do any more, let's go ahead and go to my background layer, my eraser tool, and get rid of some of this stuff in through here. My base head 01. I'm sorry, my head layer. Clean this up as well. Layers are your friends, and when you name them properly, it makes things a lot easier. So now that I zoom back, she's really starting to pop. So again, one of the key aspects of everything is use your layers, make sure you name them. Now I'm guilty as all get out. I've been doing a lot of manga work, and with Manga Studio, whenever you lay tones down, you quickly get tons of layers, and I don't always name them, and it keeps biting me in the butt because it takes more time to go, oh, what layer am I on? So definitely name your layers, because time is money. As I take a sip of my coffee. Coffee is good. All right, so I'm going to go back to my base head 01 layer and hit my brush button. I'm at my 2. Let's go ahead and work with that. What I'm going to do is start from the point. My point, bring some hair up here like this. Again, my point is coming along here. greebles. And I'm going to do is start from here. I'll bring my brush size up to, I don't want a 4, 3. And then I'll start bring some things nice now and wispy. I don't know if you notice what I'm doing. I'll Z back out. But I'm starting from right here at this base here and keeping it nice and close. Keep it nice and close and putting some wisp in here. Nice and close. Do the same thing around this area here. Maybe come here like so. And in this finite area right here, I'll really bring my brush size down to a 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I zoom back like this, you can see it's really starting to pop. What I'm trying to do is show that it's layered, it's got, well, lots of texture. So I'll do that again over here. And this is where you just kind of have fun with hair. Maybe you have some wisp of hair that's coming through here. I'll come back down where the breast area is at, because that's always a nice place to focus. Do a little more detail through here. Some greeble lines. And now when I pull her back like this, I'm really starting to see textures. And that's good. So let's continue to work on this a little bit more, work up here. Some hair through here. Put a little more hair texture through here. Now I'm really building some nice, strong looking layers that's cutting through everything through here. It's a little time consuming, but it's really not that hard. Through some hair on the shoulder through here. It comes down like this a little bit. Now when I pull back like this got some very interesting textures. It looks wild. That's good. The only thing that we really need to do is I'm going to come down to my background layer and watch. I turn this off. Everything disappears, right? Except what we just made. But this is what I want. I really like it when my eyes pop. So I'm going to bring my brush size up to a 4. My opacities to a 100. I'm going to make sure I have the black as I can get. And I'm going to make her eyelashes pop a little bit more. And maybe in under her eyebrow as well. So when I pull it back like this, she's really starting to stand out. I'm really a firm believer of the eyes are the windows of the soul. You can do so much to the eyes, and that's why I like to call my attention. And again, it's very stylistic, but That is how I do it. It's how I roll, brothers and sisters of all shapes, sizes, and forms. I like to drink my coffee. So, Mr. J, I want you to volunteer, man up. I want to see what you're doing so far. Mr. 50 Shades Nelson, if you can take Mr. J's screen. Thank you very much.
Give me just a sec. I'm transferring it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, man. Sorry about that. Nothing like putting you right on the spot, is there? Dun, dun, dun. I mean, honestly, for the amount of work we've done so far, which is not a lot, not bad, dude.
Thanks.
Not bad. You're keeping up. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it worked out surprisingly well. I was worried about the fur without the Photoshop brushes.
I hear you. It's good. Look, so you're still working in manga, but you're transferring. I got you.
If Photoshop was already open, that's why I saved it as a Photoshop thing.
Gotcha. All right, well done. And then we will take my screen again. We'll do a little more detail and take a break in about 5 to 10. Well, about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll come back. We're going to finish this bad girl up. She's a naughty succubus. Now, there's a couple school of thoughts we can do. Because we have this really nice bold line through here. I kind of like that. What we're going to do here is come back to our base here where our fur coat's at. I hit my brush button again. I'm going to bring this up to a 5 this time. And I'm really going to, I'm not picking my stylus up off the tablet. This really nice fine detailing through here. And what I'll do is I'm going to come up with this arm and follow it along here like this. When I pull it back, you guys are going to see how much it pops. So we're kind of exploring line weight tonight. And some whoops. Line weight on that hair through here. So now I pull back. Again, a lot of manga things I've seen and a lot of more stylistic artwork, they're really starting to come up with a really thick, bold line on one side. Again, this is very stylistic, but something I definitely wanted to show you guys. So there you have it. There you are. So we got some hair going on. Let's do a little bit more with the hair. Yes, we shall. Go to my base head 01, make sure that's the right, yep, that's the right one. And since we have our opacity all the way up, we have our brush up to a 5. Let's do this. Let's come in here, starting right here. Maybe it's a little bit too thick. Let's bring the brush down to a 3. And right here, if you can tell, I'm making it's like a braid. I'm making small X's. And then I can come in here through like this, like a teardrop shape. We'll do another small series of X's through here. Some more X's up through here like this. Let's build past this area here where we have that bold line. And we'll go ahead and build, let's do one on the outside here. All I'm doing is small series of X's. And we'll build this. So now again, when I pull back, what's going on is we have more line, thicker line weight variation. We're getting something else the eye can catch hold of as it looks at it, and it looks like we put tons of detail into it. And our secret is it's nothing more than a small series of X's. So I like that. I like that. What's going on right there. So we're going to come up to, where's my top hat? Rock, base, head, legs. Here we go. Let's just come back. Let's just stay on the base head for our top right here. This is already pretty much drawn the top. We're going to come up through here like so. Let's make it a little bit thicker line weight variation. We'll go to a 4. Come in here through like this. Bring it down through here. And then the subtle little shape right here for where the breast comes out. A nice circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here like this. I'm actually coming above, out from my baseline a little bit. And then I'll come down here like this. Around and underneath. So we have a thicker line weight. It comes thin, 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 goes thick. And I'll follow this down here for a nice line. Then it gets a little bit thicker through here. It comes down nice and thin through here like this. So now when I pull back, again, it gives it a nice read. Come down to my base. Hit my eraser tool. That little area right there doesn't need to be showing. Come back to my base head. Hit my B button for my brush. And then I'm going to come it down about this far like this. And then I'll come down a little bit further like this. And then I'm really going to bring my brush size down to a 2. And we'll just make some circles. X, circle, X, circle, X, circle, X, circle, X, circle, X. And do that for the duration. We pull back like this. This is looking like it has a really nice, interesting texture through here. We'll come up through here and we'll split the difference. Split the difference again. And then we're going to do some big circles like this. And some smaller circles inside. And we'll cut it off here. And go 1, 2, 3, 4. Some more smaller circles in here like this. So again, very basic geometric shapes. But when you pull back, your eye is catching some nice looking textures. So let's look at Mr. Sunny's real quick, or anybody else who may want to volunteer. Then we'll take a 5 to 7 minute break. We'll come back and finish this baby up. We have the legs. We have a really cool steampunk looking staff to do, and then a quick background for him. So we can start exploring this.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm fine as always, and you?
Brilliant. I like the hair. I love those horns, man.
Thanks.
Really nice looking horns.
Thanks.
The hair's looking good.
Really? Pardon?
Stop working on the fur right now because you're getting it all muddied right now. And I'm just as guilty as you. Whenever I first started drawing, I get so fixated on one aspect of a drawing that I like over detail it, and then everything else would suffer. What I strongly suggest is we just go through a first pass, and then we can come back again to a second pass and really start to make some details. That way it's all built up at once, and that way as you build up, you go, okay, well, I don't really want this. I like this aspect. I need to push it more like this. So instead of getting fixated on just one aspect, work from top to bottom or bottom to top in passes. And again, in my everyday life, when I do this for a living, for a finished piece of work, I usually go about 3 different passes on one particular thing.
I'll redo it then.
But not a bad job for a Frenchman.
What? Go.
I tease, I kid. I tease, I kid.
You're
All
so
right.
fun.
I'm so funny, but of course. So it's 9:57 my time right now. So let's go ahead and take a 7-minute break. We'll come back and we'll get started again. Go ahead and take a potty break, get a drink, do whatever you got to do, and we'll come back and we'll finish this.
Alrighty.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Here's Charlie Derek T. Stevens, my handler, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson. We are back in the New York groove, said that many times before, and I still think it's funny and poignant. So without further ado, I think everyone's had enough time to catch up, take a break, do what they needed to do, and let's go ahead and finish this bad girl up. So just in a rough recap, kind of hard to tell right here, but we started out with our template. We went back and did our base level 1, which was the fur coat part of the hair, and finished up the hair right here. And now with the legs, what I'm going to do is I want to throw some gear right through here first of all, and come back with a nice little, I guess, chain segment and some flakes of clothes that are blowing in the wind. So let's come over here and make a layer and call it gear. 01. And the reason I try to like not only name layers, but I go 01 because there could be a possibility that I do a gear layer 02, which would be, you know, like the staff or something else. So right now we're going to name it gear 01. I'll do a test stroke right here. I need my brush size up a little bit more too. Let's do a 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a belt. Comes off this area right here like this, down, and I already know that I don't have a little area right through here where everything's attached, so I'm going to draw like this and down here. So then I'm going to take my background layer, hit my eraser tool like so, come to my legs area, and I don't want that here. Just trying to get everything in order. Then coming back to my gear 01 layer. So I'm going to make some little pouches right here. Hit my brush button again. I'm going to come off like this and up here. That way what I can do is, oops, hold on. Make a thinner brush stroke to level 3 in the brush. She has a little glass vial right through here that she can pick up and throw, maybe throw some smoke. Put a little cap on it like this. Some little detail in here like it's got some liquid. Let's go ahead and do this over here, the same thing like this. And then because I'm on this gear layer right here, I'm going to hit my eraser tool. Let me come back to a solid eraser. Hit my brush button again. Another little vial through here. Comes down in the pouch. Topper on it like so. So now that I bring this back here, it looks like she's starting to carry some stuff. Again, with the steampunk theme, you know, you've got gears and you have potions and stuff like that. So let's make a solid black one right over here so it gives us some depth. And literally by solid black, I mean we're just going to do a solid black cylinder. Like so. A little topper like this. Then I'll get my eraser tool, bring my eraser tool down quite a bit, all the way to a 1. Put the top on it like that. And that gives the illusion as the pouch is forming around her waist. So I like that reed there. And let's go ahead and decorate some of this belt that she has here like that. So I'll bring my brush, B for brush. I have it at 5. I'm going to bring it down to a 3. Make a little triangle like so. Circle in here like so. Triangle where it meets. Triangle, triangle, circle, circle. And I can already tell that I'm going to have this little gear, this little bit of metal right here like that. So let's go ahead and build that. I'll notice I'm stopping right here, and I'll stop right here as well. Because then we can put some parts of their cloth right here. And then dividing the belt up like so. And then some squiggly lines. Why are we doing squiggly lines? Because when we bring it back, it's going to look really kind of cool. So all this line weight here is at a 3. I'll bring it down the rest to a 2. Some sort of runic type symbols. Some dots. Some more of the grooves and gear, not gears, but rivets would go for the belt. Evenly kind of spaced out through here. And from here, some more agreeable lines. So now I pull back like this, it looks like we have tons and tons of detail on the belt. And it gives it a really nice, cool looking reed. And literally all we did was make agreeable lines, but we also played with our line width variation to make sure that it is a good reed. If it's one line, weight all the way around, it is a boring reed, and that's exactly what we do not want to do. So again, a quick recap. What we did is we made little cylinders. We got a little area right through here where we're going to pull some cloth out through here. And we have our bottom to look at. And who doesn't like to look at the bottom? And who doesn't want to put a hot chick like this in hot pants? Raise your hand. I'm not going to raise my hand. I'm actually going to do it. I'll test my stroke out again real quick. I'll bring my brush size up to a 4. And right where this butt cheek should go here, at an angle like this, a little butt crack where everything meets. And I may bring this out here like that to give it a little more line weight variation. I may change that here in a second when I pop it back. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Make this a little bit thicker through here. Ah, bullocks. Thicker up through here. Thinner. Like that. So let's go ahead and pop this back like that. So now we have a little interesting butt crack going on. We got a really cool belt. We got a nice looking jacket, some hair, some horns. So again, coming back to you guys, who wants to be a volunteer so I can see how you did on break and you guys to see if you're caught up right now. I know we got more people in here than Mr. J and Mr. Sunny, my mad Frenchman. Anybody else besides those two? I don't mind them popping back up again, but let's see. I need to volunteer. Chirp, 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 chirp.
I'm not seeing anything.
Grab Sunny's screen. He's always ready.
Yo.
Nice. All right, so I want to hear you explain to me how you're doing it. Tell me about the belt.
Well, I follow the curve of this, no? And what do you mean? How I do the belt? Because it's very vague. Direct? Hello?
Derek?
Nobody's answering.
Derek?
Ow. I went brain dead for a second. What would you say?
I said, basically, what do you mean? How I do the belt?
I'm thinking how to put this in words, because I know you're an artist. Is this your workflow? Is this how you would have done it, or what would you have done differently?
Actually, I do very differently.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's not my kind of drawing actually. I'm not starting like rough like that and then having like the I don't do this. I just start like with my left hand and then I sketch something very random and then I finish with my right hand. So
What?
yeah.
Now you're just showing off. Shut up. You have 5 minutes. Show me left hand and right hand. I'll have to take your word for this. Yeah, you cannot. Nelson, make him do this. You have 2 minutes then.
All right, I'll try. Like what example?
Draw me a Care Bear.
What?
I don't know, a teddy bear of some sort. Everybody knows what a teddy bear looks like. So this is your left hand?
Yep. I know it sounds weird a little bit.
Where did you learn this style from, or this technique?
I think I drink too much or something. No, seriously, I just know it. So it's very ugly with my. Oops, sorry. It's very ugly with my left hand, but after that, it's coming with some sense.
Well, what you're hitting on is you have, your right brain, left brain. Right brain's more creative, left brain's more analytical. And you're actually tapping into those different sides and aspects of your brain by utilizing different hands. There's a very cool technique. When I was in beginning art classes, we had to draw pictures upside down. And that would force us not to look at the overall image, but small, minute shapes. So now this is the left hand?
No, now this is my right hand. It's pretty very very fast with my left hand actually. It's not. it's kind of new technique actually. So.
I kind of like that.
Thanks.
I don't know if I'll have the balls enough to try something like that on, where everyone's recording and watching me. I may just have to lie, like, oh yeah, this is my left hand. Oh, here's my right hand. Interesting.
Well,
Have you ever heard anything like this, Nelson?
What?
Have you ever heard of anything like this? Right hand, left hand illustrative stuff?
No?
Neither have I. Nice.
I hope it's not
White.
too ugly.
Hey, you know what? I told you to draw a teddy bear. And you were drawing with your left hand, now your right hand. You're just showing off. Take my screen back and kick this guy out of class, Nelson.
Oh.
No, yeah, I'm not kicking out of class. But that is a very interesting style, man. Seriously interesting.
Thanks.
Freaking crazy. I said freaking too, by the way. All right. Let's go ahead and start working on our legs right here. I'm still at gear 0, 1 layer. Do my test stroke of my brush. Bring it down to a 4. And from this area right through here, you know what, let's do this. Let's just go ahead and take my legs out like that. That way I'm not confused. I know what I want. You guys can kind of see what I'm going for. I'll come back in through here. And then if you look really close to what I'm doing is I'm building around this area here where I haven't had any detail yet. And it's kind of like the steampunk stuff before for panels. I'll do some basic spawn-like triangles like through here. It's a nice wide line. Triangle shape like this. Actually, let me Z out of this. I don't like that. Not liking that. There we go. Put some tears and tatters in here. Maybe we'll have one that comes out like this. And we'll do one more that goes underneath here. Like so. Then I'm going to come back down to my background layer, hit my eraser tool. There's not a lot to erase, but I just want to make sure there's no... There we go. So now we'll start putting detail into these little areas right through here. Then we'll build some more that's wrapping around like that. So I hit my B brush, come back to my gear 01. I'm going to bring from the top here my little hump through here like so. And then from top here, little hump comes down here like this. Build this up again from this corner, build a little hump. Straight little hump and bring this down here like that. Same thing down here. Little hump. Straight up to the corner. Little humpy area. And then you come down here like this. Little hump comes under like that. So you guys and gals were in the steampunk class before, you know what's coming next. I'll bring my brush size down to a 2, and one of the exercises in my VTM that's coming out soon, I have you guys build a square, and I try to have you start from one end and stop. Just one nice continuous smooth line. That way you get really nice hand-eye coordination, a good exercise, and then I'll have you do cross-hatching the different ways like this. And that way you get really fast at what we're about to do here. These little areas that we just drew, we'll zoom in here nice and tight. And I will come down here. Like so. Okay, this is from left to right, so now we're going to do right to left. So now we zoom back, starting to give a nice, really cool looking detail and texture to what we just drew. And we'll go ahead and continue to finish this all the way around. So I'm here like so. And this area right through here. Same thing, right through here all the way up, all the way down. This is going to be from right to left. Right to left. Finish it out like this here, and we'll go ahead and finish these areas out. Okay, since this is right to left, to the opposite way right here. Oops, I see what I need to do. My base, get that leg line out here, go back to gear 01. You come back here like this, we got some really cool fabric that's flapping in the wind. We're still not done with the detail because I want to put some more greeble lines in there, some more texture feel to it. Because I mean, we put a lot of work into the jacket. So let's go ahead and finish out some detail. My brush size. Actually, I'm actually happy with a 2, but I'll be more happy with a 3. So I bring it up to a 3. and from this area right here. Some more greeble lines like this. It comes up on this side. More greeble lines that come up through here. And then I'll just start making some dots, some greeble lines in through here to make it an interesting read. Where this is shattered and tattered and all that stuff, we'll just make it a little bit darker through here. I'll bring this back here, and again, we're just adding some textures to it. And what I'd love to do with this when it's done is add some tones to it as well. Come on through here. Come up through here like so. Come down here like this. Some more lines. Greeble, greeble, greeble. Greeble, greeble, greeble. Then I'm really going to pump up my brush size up to a 6, and then I'm going to make a circle. Maybe make it a little bit thicker through here like this. Another circle on through here like this. Another circle. So it looks like it has these weights on the bottom of it. So even though it has these weights, the wind's still blowing and flapping in the wind. So we have one side of this fabric all drawn. Let's go ahead and go to her, would be her right side. And I'm bringing my brush size down back to a 5. Let's build some panels that come across like so. We'll do one more out like this. Then I'll have some fabric that's coming up through here like this. And just like we did everything over here, this is what we're going to do over here. I'll bring my brush size down to a 3. And I'm going to build my little hump area to a point. Hump area like this. Down from this point here, a little hump area that comes up through here following the contour of the line or fabric. Hump area, point, hump area. And then we'll go on the inside like this. 1, 2. So we have continuity on both sides. That was from left to right. We're going to go right to left over here. Same thing over here. I'll put some tears into the fabric. Nope, let me take away those 2 lines. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. Bring my brush size up to a 4 this time, and then we'll make some more greeble looking lines through here. Again, just trying to make an interesting looking fabric. Same thing up through here. So now I pull back. We have some interesting things going. Oh, I almost forgot my little weighted circle thing. So I'll bring my brush size back up to a 7 for that. And we'll anchor some circles through here. So we got some interesting looking fabric. We got the little fur coat going on. We have the gear, we have the hair, we have the horns, we have the headgear, and we're going to add some leggings to her and then a staff. So Mr. J, why don't you go ahead and transfer over because I want to see what you're doing next. Is that cool with you? Nod and smile, boys. Nod and smile. All right, Mr. Nelson, he should be working on that. Go ahead and take his screen real quick so we can take a look and laugh with Mr. J. You know, Mr. J is going to say, well, you know, I start out not with my left hand, but I start out with my left foot drawing. Then I switch to my right foot, and then I put the pen in my teeth, and then I do my thing there. And then and only after I do all that, then I do my final drawing. I'm sure that's what he's about to say. Not bad, Mr. J.
I do a ton of layers just like you do. That left-hand thing, that's crazy. It's madness.
I know, right? What their crap's up with that? Silly French people? What their crap?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think he's fibbing. I think we need to fly in the States. I want to watch this crap. The
Yeah.
only other person I know can do that was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I mean, Mr. Sonny's got to be like a prodigy of some sort. He's probably like 5 years old with a deep voice, and you know, as he's drawing with his left hand, he's composing with his right hand, and then he's writing War and Peace with his toes.
I could see that. I could see Sonny doing that.
I can
He's
see
a
that
baller.
too. Man, crazy. All right, so we kind of explored his style and technique. How would you go about drawing something like this? Would you do it in layers like this, or what would you do?
I do it almost exactly the same, except for my first sketches tend to be a lot rougher.
Okay.
Like sketchy lines, I don't worry about the quality of my lines at all when I'm doing it the first time.
See, this makes sense. This I can grasp that, and I'm really struggling
Yeah.
with this whole left hand thing. All right. Well done, Mr. J. I appreciate it. And I'm glad we're on the same page. You know, us Americans, we're grounded in reality.
That's right.
Because that's why we have all these reality shows and American Idol, and you think you can dance and Dance Moms, because we're grounded in reality. And here's my man card for naming off some really bad shows. My wife makes me watch them. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Thank you very much. I do try. I try to pay attention. All right, take my screen back, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson. Well done, Mr. J. Here we go. This is for a quick chagrin. Here's my left hand, all right? Trying to draw a freaking bear, whatever. I got my nose right here, and I got that big steampunk looking eye out. This eye is poked out. No, I can't do that, man. Seriously, not at all. All right, so let's go ahead and do our leggings, okay? We're going to bring these leggings all the way to let me come to my legs right here. And that's what the legs going to look like. We're going to add some heels and heels right here. And I'll take my leg layer off. Let's go ahead and use gear 01. And we're not coming down here like this. Actually, I kind of like that. I just want to avoid the straight across shot because that looks odd. There's a couple schools of thought. You can bring it up here, or you can bring it down here as long as it follows the contour of the lines. And I kind of like that. So we'll follow the contours of the line right here. Come in nice and close. Bring our brush size down quite a bit. And a nice little line here. A nice little line here. We're going to cut them off like this. I'll do a circle, 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 circles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to straight across, straight. Actually, let me Z out. We'll pump up our brush size a little bit. We'll do it to a 4. Come across, 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 across. From here to here to here to here to here to there. We'll do the same thing on this area right through here. Bring your brush size back down to a 3. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to be able to see the rest of the fabric is in the way. So I'll bring my brush size back up to 4. straight across, straight across. And now I bring it back here like this. And we have some little legging that's, we're tied up. So let's go ahead and do this again down through here. I'll bring my brush size down to a 3, come across. And this time I'm going to come down, taper it out or down a little bit. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring my brush size up to a 4. Straight across, straight across, straight across, straight across, straight across. And then we X, and then we're X, and then we're X, 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 XOXO. Gossip Girl. Oh my God, did I just say that out loud, Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay. So we have these areas right through here, and because the link is turned slightly, what you're going to do is you're going to see, bring your brush size down to a 3 again. I'm looking across from here to get approximately the same height across to here. I'll bring this down. Oops, bullocks. Bring this down here like this. And we have 5 rings over here, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring my brush size up by 1. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I start to X out to the imaginary line place. So now when I bring it back to my original size through here, we're putting more detail into it without putting a lot of work into it, and it's nice and it's fast. So I really kind of want to put something for the kneecap through here, and then we'll do our little spiky heel. Come up through here and down, like so. Kind of a circle. Then I come back to my base, or my ground, my background, hit my eraser tool. Hit my brush button, come back to my gear 01, and then we'll just put some more greeble line work into it. Almost like we did to the belt. Now this is the back of the foot, so it's going to come across like this, a half circle, spike down here for the heel, big stiletto type boot sort of things, and just you can see parts of the corner. More greeble lines for the back like that. So now I pull it back like this. She has some interesting stockings. She has some interesting shoes. We've done the coat. We've done the hair. We've done the horns. We've done the place for the headdress. We've done some cool fabric that's flying all around. So let's go ahead and add a staff to her hand. Here's what my staff looks like. It's going to look like. I'm going to put some gears and some stuff up through here that comes all the way down like that. So again, staying on my gear 1 layer. Start creating another one, do a test stroke, that's fine. I'm literally going to press my shift button, come all the way down here to follow that, come up here, follow this down like that, and we'll come up here, round this off a little bit. It's kind of like a sickle. Put some more greeble lines through here. I'm going to come in here, draw 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Follow this up here like that. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. So now I'm pulling back. And we're starting to see a really cool looking staff area right through here. So let's go ahead and balance this out. Put another spiky looking thing through here. And then we're going to finish our sickle looking thing here. Circle. What appears to be some sort of gear. And then we'll do D-E-R-E-K, or put your name however you wish to do it right through here. Last but not least, oh, I turn my legs area off, right. One second. What layer is this on? I don't like this area right through here. That's why it's important to name the layers and stick with them. So now you have to see what I have to do to make sure that I don't have the rock selected yet. Has to be the staff layer. There we go. Because originally I was going to put some ruffles and stuff right here, but I don't want to put ruffles and stuff right there right now. We'll come back to the Gear 01 layer. Hit B for brush. Kind of ground everything out like this. Finish the staff. And there you have it. There you are. You have a bad mamma jamma mama with minimal sorts of work. And ideally what I do is, this would be like my second pass. I'd ghost this out. I'd think about, you know, the composition, what else I wanted to add, and then I would go back again and finite the hair and maybe the jacket a little bit more, maybe add a little more fabric to the back, and think about the hot pants. Then I'd come in and I'd tone it in Manga Studio, and it'd look really, really nice. Actually, let's go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to do my layers, flatten my image, I'll say okay. Come on, come up through here. I hit edit, copy, come to Manga, file new, okay, edit, paste, bring her down here, hit Control T, hit my shift button, or so I can bring this up without squishing or stretching or distorting. It's a little too wide. Hit enter. As my computer thinks. As my computer still thinks, come up through here, I'll hit the 10%. And hit my eraser tool, and then it's amazing with this little bit of work through here. Everything just really starts to pop. And you can really keep just adding tones and tones. I'll show you with the legs right through here. Like the stockings, I come up through here. Grab a darker gradient here. Then I use my eraser tool, and ideally you want to name everything. This is kind of another demonstration of the power of Manga Studio. Come back and do the other stocking like so. Drag this over, hit my eraser tool. And for some giggles, maybe come up here to, let's see, my pattern, no. effects. Enter. And literally, within less than 2 minutes, you get a really cool look. I'm not really sure if I like the whole speed line thing. But just by adding tones, I mean, it's really that easy to make things pop. And this was less than 2 hours worth of work. So there you have it. There you are. We're shutting down a little bit early tonight. Let me go ahead and take at least one screen to see what you guys are at and open it up to answer any questions. So who wants to volunteer what they've got so far? Mr. J, Mr. Sunny, anybody else? Because like I said, I know we got a couple more people in here. It's been very silent. And that's all right.
Mr. J.
I know Nelson's
Give me just a
jonesing.
sec. I'm still transferring it over.
No worries. I know Mr. Nelson's jonesing to go to Applebee's tonight, right?
That's the plan.
Man, I love your big-ass sickle there. That's nice. I like your boots better as well.
Apparently I'm good with boots.
You are good with boots. Those boots are made for walking. That's what they're going to do. So not bad, like I said, less than 2 hours worth of work. We had a template to work with, and again, we're just playing dress up. So not bad at all. Well done, sir.
Why, thank you.
You're quite welcome. I look forward to getting the MMO started and all that on a Wednesday. And I will be doing the big tank thing for the Elysians, since you're the head
Nice.
of, yeah, I'm excited about that. So I look forward to you being in class, Mr. Sunny, you as well. Guys and gals, thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Friday night. Thank you very much. I think we have 2 to 3 more steampunk classes, and then we'll see where we're at from there. We may take a break from doing classes for a while, or we may jump into the whole sort of looking for critical thinking for concept artists. So with that, email me. I'm the Crow on the forums, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson. Thank you very much for being my handler tonight. You guys have a great weekend, and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.